of Masks, presented by Roll for Change. I am your game master, Nick, and we have the full house here for what should be our finale, unless things go amazingly sideways.
Oh no. Challenge not accepted.
I think right now is a great time for a beach episode.
Yes.
Okay, hold on. Let me rewrite everything I've done. You're in California. I can make this happen. So let's start with Ash. Who are you and whom are you playing?
Hi, my name is Ash. I will be playing Siphon, the redeemed. Why do I always forget the name of the former villain, now not so much.
The redemption arc character.
Yeah, redemption arc. Redemption arc? Question mark?
Redemption question mark?
I mean, in fairness, you...
I've only committed one crime.
Yeah,
so.
and Ash was... Or not Ash. Siphon was the hero last. Two crimes.
You killed an alien.
No, I did not.
Almost did.
Well,
Okay, first of all, that's not homicide, even if I did kill him.
No, it's not. You are correct.
You didn't kill it.
I can legally do whatever I want to that alien because it's not protected by
I have a feeling there
US
is an
law.
alien space force coming towards the planet that would think differently about that.
Yeah,
Your
well,
mom
guess
did
what?
not tell you.
I don't need to adhere to space law.
Siphon doesn't adhere to the Earth laws, so I mean,
This has already been a sideways introduction. We've gotten through one person.
It's
Alphabetical
accurate.
order. Next, Bailey. Who
I'm
are
so
and
proud
who
of
do
you. You did
play?
it the first time. I'm Bailey. I will be playing Spark, aka Josephine Joey Green, and I am no longer the star. I am a Nova.
Yes.
Because some stuff has changed.
And L.
Hi, I'm Elle. I use these are pronouns. I'm playing the Beacon, Pike Arcadia, better known as Dino.
And Lynn.
stop! I play Tip, the anthropomorphic unicorn alien person.
With magic powers that come
There's
out
magic-
of her horn.
Powers. That what?
And
That come out of her horn.
Come out of her horn, and she has like a Kirby craft that transforms thing. And oh yeah, now she has
Telepathy.
yeah, she's
We're doing great. We're doing great. Telepathy. That apparently we've decided is part of alien puberty. So
second puberty.
second puberty. Don't even know.
So one of the things that I did in our time away from the camera is I utilized the Apocalypse World mechanic, that's the word I was thinking of love letters, which are not actual love letters, but they are little scenarios for each character with a choice at the end. And after the choice, you'll be asked to roll something, and based on your roll, something will happen. Each character got their own individual one, and I am going to ask the players to read their characters' love letters. So I'm going to start in the order that I have them, which would be, I guess, people who responded to me first to last. So I think the last person who responded to me was Lynn. So, Lynn, would you like
I
to
thought
read?
it was first to last, not last to first.
Don't question my orders. It's never the way it should be.
Do it. Yeah.
I was fine with Tip going not first.
Okay, Ash, go first.
Okay. Siphon, who could have predicted the road you would walk? From following your mother's footsteps to making footsteps as your own hero. Your friends respect your strength, but more importantly, they like you, not just as a criminal or a hero, but as a friend. A battle is coming. You know that your friends need your strength now more than ever. You can't let this poison strike you at the most inopportune time. Still, there's strength in numbers, and perhaps your mother would know something about this poison.
Oh.
It would sure be nice to see her again. During the preparation time, have you made efforts to cure the poison or made efforts to find your mother? That one's easy. Find mom.
All right. So I
Oh,
need you to
man.
roll and add superior, please.
Okay. Okay. That is an 8.
All right.
Oh wait, no, that's a. Yeah, that's an 8.
Okay. So on a 7 through 9, you are unable to physically locate her, but you are able to get a message of your choice to her, as you know where she is holding up currently. You will
Okay.
also be able to bring her in an emergency one time.
Okay.
I'm going to let you think on the message, because
Mhm.
that seems like it would be an important thing for Siphon.
Yeah.
And we will move on to our next person. Also, because there are going to be 4 moving parts that are going to be given, I'm going to say it is players' responsibility to remember to use your gift from this, please. Thank
Mhm.
you.
Makes sense.
So the next person in line, according to my phone, is Bailey.
All right. Spark, you are the star who fell to Earth, a flaming supernova of charisma and bravery. In a short time, you've proven them wrong, saved the day, and you've even gotten the guy. You are a hero because, baby, you were born that way.
Aw.
And not everyone is so convinced. A strict Professor Connie still looks down at you, and with a battle coming, you need to show her that you deserve to fight at her side. Or should the person at your side be the one who is there all along, your original co-pilot? During preparation times, have you made an effort to win the approval of Connie or made an effort to find Dee Dee? And that answer is also easy. I went and tried to find Dee Dee.
Okay, roll and add mundane.
Hey Bailey, do you have the auto sense on for your mic with the settings?
Probably not. Am I too far away? Is that hurting
No,
me?
it just keeps going back and forth.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt.
Sorry. You good? It also might just be because I'm like physically.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
It's okay.
That one rolled off the table. Oh.
Oh no.
Oh. Okay. I got a 4 total.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay.
My precious Dee Dee. I've lost her for good this time.
You were able to hear of Dee Dee and what she has been doing. She has apparently signed up with a paramilitary group and plans to be on the front lines during this upcoming battle. One time, at a time that is inconvenient for you, Dee Dee will show up to assist you.
Really shocked me. Okay.
All right. Next in line is Elle.
Okay. Dino, you can do this. Being a hero, a savior for those who need you. You even have a mentor in Connie and are going on solo missions. You may not have the powers of those around you, but you have heart unmatched and the support of your friends. A terrible battle is coming. Connie has been away attempting to get as much information on this invading force as possible. Left on your own, you look to use your skills to protect against the greatest threat you've ever known. During the preparation time, have you made efforts to greatly shelter and protect those around you, or made efforts to shelter and protect as many people as possible? I've made efforts to shelter and protect as many people as possible.
Then you may roll and add superior.
Okay. I got 1 total. I rolled snake eyes and my superior is -1.
Oh no.
So you were able to set up the defenses, and you have successfully protected as many people as you possibly can. But people don't know you, and they
Yeah.
distrust you.
Yeah.
Some of your methods are seen as invasive, despite the fact that there is an invading force coming. You will have to deal with the public's distrust one time when it is most inconvenient for you.
Okay.
This was meant to be good, happy times for our
Yeah.
heroes.
Yeah, well, you put in failure
Yeah,
conditions.
I sure did. Well, you
Made
still
us roll.
successfully did the thing you wanted to do. It's just yes and instead of. Okay, so that leaves in.
Tip. Here you are, a runaway in an alien world. You've brought war to their doorstep, and they have responded with love and shelter. You cannot think of why this is, and you are pretty sure that this is what family is. You have this whole new, very conflicting, but very lovely family. You've only ever really known one type of family. The eccentric Graham's dandelion remains your rock and the support you need for the battle ahead. There's also the Arcadia family. You know that this battle is coming, and they will not be equipped for the force that is on its way. During the preparation time, you have made efforts to reconnect. Have you made efforts to reconnect with Graham's dandelion, or made efforts to be with Dino and their family to prepare?
And which did you do?
So I chose to be with Dino and their family, pending that I have 2 scenes
You will.
later on that I want to do.
And we chatted about this.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was my outburst last night. That was a hard decision, but yeah, she wants to protect those who are down here.
All right. I am going to ask you to roll and add savior.
Okay.
Don't roll bad. Break the streak.
These are the new dice. We'll see. Okay. 8.
All right. On an 8+, you feel the bond growing between you. You know that the entire Arcadia family will be safe during this encounter. And you feel as if, in speaking with them, you've learned a bit more about humanity. In the upcoming battle, you may utilize this new knowledge in order to inspire one of your teammates without using one of the team. So you'll be able to add a +1 to any roll.
Awesome.
So, with all of our love letters out of the way. Yes.
I haven't gotten to read my message to Mom.
What did you get?
Hey Mom, aliens are coming. Let's beat them up, or I'll beat you up.
Perfect.
She's
It's
probably
such a
very
sniping
proud.
letter.
The best letter.
So, we're going to have one joint scene, any individual scenes that you would like to have involving your love letter, and then we will move on to the battle. The first panel of this scene is an EKG machine with the green line bolting up and down. It zooms out to Paradox in the bed. His hair is non-moving and almost appears limp, like his limbs on the bed as well. The team walks in. It being, there's a box, one of those yellow boxes that says 48 hours later. Next to Paradox is a man. He looks ragged and as if he hasn't slept for a very long time as well. But he notices the group come in and just stands up. Thank you for coming. Thank you. He's an older man. He looks Central European and is slightly balding. He's of average build, not really in great shape, but not out of shape either, and is wearing a ruffled collared shirt. If you saw him on the street, you wouldn't really think anything of him.
Tip has a bouquet of flowers that she just kind of silently holds out.
He he takes them and places them with all the others. Paradox talked about you for a lot. Thanks for coming.
Do we know who this person is?
You
Yeah.
haven't seen him before, but you were told going in that Paradox's husband was in the room.
Oh, okay.
What's his name?
His name is Glenn.
Name?
Glenn.
And he kind of places the flowers and then looks back at the four of you. You were there when it happened, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
The police won't tell me anything. They said that it's classified and sensitive. But
So we're obviously gonna tell him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course we are.
Yeah.
was it a ghost-like figure? Spectre?
Yeah, we ghost busted.
There was a voice. I heard the voice, and it wasn't Dino or Paradox.
He pulls out his phone and starts tapping away at it. And then after a minute, he flips it around and he has a picture of that creature, person, thing that attacked.
That's it. What is it?
He pinches out and it shows that Spectre is at the edge of a photo. And further in the photo is Paradox standing there with a big cheesy smile on his face. And next to that is much younger but recognizable a Spark's father,
Bolt.
mm-hmm,
Oh snap!
Oh.
who
Oh.
is in costume, but it's it's the same-ish costume but different.
It's the Silver Age costume.
How long ago was this picture taken?
20 years ago or so.
Is it from this world timeline thing?
Yeah. Yeah,
What
it
is
is.
it? What
There
is
are two other people there next to him.
it? Mhm.
I could describe them, but to save you the trouble, you don't recognize them and wouldn't know them.
There's
There is
nobody
a-
that's been hanging around Spark's house.
There's a South Pacific female who is very, very strong looking, and a very scientific looking Irish woman as well. And he's like, this was your dad's team. And he's looking directly at Spark.
I didn't know my dad had a team. I knew that he had issues with Paradox. Oh man.
Yeah,
She's pulled out her phone and now she's texting her dad.
it's not really my place to tell you what happened.
That was gonna
Paradox
be
will
my
tell you.
question.
Paradox will tell you when he wakes up.
When is he gonna wake up?
And there is a big gulp that Glenn takes as he's obviously fighting back. He's trying to be the adult in the situation.
Pip just gives him a hug.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Spark's right there too. Like it's okay. You can cry if you need to cry.
And he's like, I've been crying for a couple days now. It's all out. He'll get up. He'll be fine. He always does. And when he does, I'll be here. But he did tell me that if something like this happened, I don't think he expected it this way, but if he were to not be available, that you would need to see everything for the fight. So I want to give this to you. And the last panel is him holding a laptop and offering it to the group. And we're going to cut the scene there.
Tip. Just give it to Tip.
You have the
Oh,
information.
that's right. I have
you
hacking
need.
skills now.
You have the information you need in order to be where the invading force will be
Okay.
when they get there. For individual scenes, I do know Tip wanted to have a couple, And we did get the letter from Siphon. Spark, would you like a scene of you chasing down Dee Dee and realizing where she is? Or would you rather save that drama for the battle?
I would rather save that for the drama. Is it possible to get one of her talking to her dad? Because I want to know about this team now. Or is that we're not ready for that yet?
We could give you one talking to your dad.
Okay.
I will definitely give that to you. I'm just trying to set it up in my head of how I'm going to do that. So the last
Fair.
piece would be Dino. Would you like them to have a scene?
They just want to like give their moms and siblings like a hug and have like a meal together if there's time for that.
I think that'll be the last scene then. So we'll start. And Tip, I think I'm going to work your second scene into that scene as well because it would
Okay.
make sense.
Yeah.
So Tip.
Yeah.
Your first scene. What
The one
would
with
you,
the
what would you
moms,
like
right?
to say to Grandma Dandelion?
Oh, Grams. Okay. So the scene is Tip in her Kirby craft, putting some things in, and you see a screen come up and you see her face in it, and it's recording. She sings herself. Well, hopefully this finds you, Grams. Okay, I was told Dino said it's good to write stuff down so you don't stray from what you want to say. So, Grams, you always told me to follow adventure. And, well, here we are. You told me life can change in unexpected ways for good and bad. But even then, there's always a light. The light may be the relief, or it might literally be Gramps with the flashlight pulling you out of a tunnel, which never did give me that story. You've been my rock and support, and it feels weird not to have you physically here. And I'm not sure when I'll get to see you again. But I love you. I need to help these people who have taught me so many wonderful things and helped me grow. I have so many questions. And for the first time, I'm not sure you have the answers for them. Or at least the ones I want. I hope I can make you proud. And I hope you're okay. I miss you. And I love you. P.S. Please don't eat my last cookie. I know you were eyeing it. Okay. End recording.
And you send that out? Okay.
I broke Bailey.
I shouldn't have set it up so that Bailey would have to go directly after. emotional scene?
Several bleep words.
I'm sorry.
Okay. You just killed me a little at the cookie line.
I had to end on a lighter note.
I know. I'm having a lot of feels.
Spark,
Yep.
are you physically speaking to your father, or are you doing this over the phone?
I feel like this is probably one of those conversations she has to have face to face. So she did send him the "we need to talk," but then it's an emoji of the little guy running, which is like dad and daughter code for "please meet me."
All right. He sends back an emoji of a coffee, and then it's an address.
Okay. It's just gonna go meet him there.
It's a little corner coffee house type place.
Yeah.
And
Seems about right.
you walk in and it's empty. And he's just like, I hope you don't mind. I sort of bought it out for an hour.
Okay. That's probably for the best.
Yeah. I didn't know what you wanted, so I didn't know if we needed our privacy.
It's probably for the best, like I said. Did Glenn give us a copy of that picture?
No, Glenn did not.
Crud.
Did you ask Glenn for a copy of that picture?
Can I retroactively say that I did?
If Spark would, then yes.
Well, I mean, if it's something she's going to confront her dad about, I feel like
Then
she's
yes.
going to need the proof.
Yep.
Okay. She's just going to very quietly pull the picture up on her phone and slide it across and be like, point to the ghost thing and be like, this is what attacked Paradox. I need some help.
Not what. Who. This is who attacked Paradox. It's a human being.
Is it?
Was a human being, I should say. Lots happened to them. I don't even know where to start, but we were friends in high school. Good guy, good. He was and played football. Wide receiver. You know, I wasn't allowed to play because of my speed and everything. So,
Cheating.
it was fun to watch someone go out there and play, and then something happened, and he became a ghost. And we didn't really know how to handle that. So we dove headfirst in the superhero thing and didn't really talk about things. That's my team. That's Halcyon City's finest right there. At least circa 1985.
She's going to point at his uniform and be like, this? No.
How do you think I got your mother? Uniforms like that.
And I thought Mom had good taste. Ugh.
Oh,
He just chuckles and just says, "You've known me your whole life, and you still think your mother has good taste."
Oof.
And he's keeping it light, like
Mhm.
making jokes and stuff. But you can tell he's like seeing that picture again. He's a bit, whatever arrogance he normally has when he speaks to you is stripped away, and he's a kid again too, almost.
See, the funniest part is I've drawn pictures of him, and his uniform to me is black and orange and white. Like a road coat.
I like to think that when he was younger, then it was just orange and white. Like he
Oh,
hadn't worked in the
God.
black yet, so it's very garish and bright.
Oh, Dad. I
And
need
he-
to know this guy's weaknesses. If he's attacking heroes, he's gonna be a problem, especially going up against these aliens.
He's not. I don't think he's attacking heroes. I think he's attacking us. I'll be ready. If I know him and his flair for the dramatic, I'm going to be last.
He stabbed Paradox in the heart. In the middle of the chest. I can't handle seeing you where I just saw Paradox. I don't want to see Mom looking like I just saw Glenn.
There's a moment where he doesn't recognize what you're talking about. Oh, they got together. Awesome.
Shot through the heart.
Ash, I'm gonna smack you so hard. So bad at you.
And he just goes, look, I don't want to die any more than you want me to. And I'm going to do everything I can to make it not happen.
Just
But I don't know what his weaknesses are.
what happened?
when
A
this
lot.
is all over, we need to talk again.
Yeah.
I have to
Maybe
focus on this.
I'll rent out this coffee shop again. And
Are
you and
really
Paradox
using
can
the
sit
gift
down.
card? And she just kind of reaches over and she touches his hand. I appreciate that you're trying to at least talk to Paradox. I know that that's difficult. And trust me, I understand really not wanting to talk to certain people. But
with all due respect, kiddo, you don't know how difficult it is. And I think that's where that scene's going to end.
Oh man.
I'm gonna mute myself real quick.
All right. So we're going to a family dinner.
Hmm.
Siphon have any?
No, I'm just
Siphon
siphons.
wrote a letter.
Yeah, that was.
It was sass.
Stop.
So typical Siphon.
And the yellow box just says the night before battle. And there's would Dino eat ham? Is that something that their family would make?
They're Jewish.
Got it. This is why I asked
Not
that.
eat
This
ham.
is exactly why I asked that
No.
question.
Sorry, I was laughing because ham and then that.
All right, so there is an oven roasted chicken coming out.
What? Also, what day of the week is it? Is it a Friday? Are we making Shabbat dinner?
No, I don't think you go to battle
Okay.
on a Saturday. It's a
That's the
day
weekend.
to
I got
be
dates to go
relaxed,
to.
Yeah. They may be aliens, but they respect the days of the week. So we have the chicken being placed out, and the 4 kids at this point, and 2 moms are there, and Sunny's cutting the bird because, again, I imagine Sunny is the one who cooks. I don't know why. And is passing it out. And
Sunny is textile mom, right?
yes,
Yeah, Sunny probably gets home earlier.
that might be true as well.
I just figured she worked from home.
Yeah, I thought she had like a studio in her backyard or something.
Yeah.
That also works. Then you're sitting there, and there's a couple panels of eating in silence. Who would like to speak first?
Speak now or forever hold your
It's a
peace.
dino right now. I like to think like Tip is like eating everything, like including the bone and stuff.
I
So
like
it's
to
just
think
this
that
awkward
happens.
silence and crack.
That is good, yes.
The food's really good. Thanks for making dinner.
No problem. It's important, for families to eat together.
Yeah.
This chicken's really good. Thank you.
And Mel does the big mom sigh. Just goes, "You've done well. You've done really well. And there's no way that we could be more proud of you. Remember that, okay?"
I can't eat if I'm crying, Mom.
And she goes, "I know, me too. We'll be safe. So just focus on going out there and taking them out. Yeah?"
I taught him some fun things.
And the 2 siblings nod at the same time. I don't know why they're 18, but I don't know why I keep making them 5.
Oh my gosh, are they más y menos?
I taught them some things and I modified their cell phones and some things.
Sunny kind of gives this look of like, yep, and her cell phone is also modified.
Yeah.
You brought us all the way across the country because of your talent. And I want you to know you have nothing left to prove. And Mel's trying to shift your labels.
Oh no!
She's trying to raise your superior and lower your danger because she doesn't want you trying to do dangerous things to prove yourself anymore.
I mean, she's my mom. I'm trying to let her shift my label. She's my mom.
All right.
Is that
That was
what was
Danger down and
Superior
Superior up.
up.
okay?
She doesn't want you to stop fighting. Just fight smart.
Okay. Okay, my danger's still +2. That's fine.
Okay. And there is a scene that says like a few minutes later, and it's the family laughing, and we don't know exactly what was said, but it's a very nice family moment. And the next panel is a pullout of all of the houses where everyone is staying, except for Siphon's dad, who is staying somewhere else.
God. He's in some crummy motel somewhere.
God.
Can I just add a little bit to the scene?
Sure.
Standing outside the window again.
No. This is better. You guys hear like a rustling coming, like a rattling and something falling over, coming from the from like the backyard or like kind of the side of the house.
Okay.
Tip's running to it.
You see Siphon.
Trash panda.
Simon just grabbed a coyote.
Yeah.
Siphon's in
I was thinking raccoon.
yeah, I was gonna say Siphon's in a raccoon kigurumi.
No, she's in her burglar mask. And like getting some like leftover food and is like, I can't cook. My dad's not here.
Tip runs up and gives a hug. Came.
And okay, so then you're invited in. Definitely.
Siphon, do you know how to order pizza?
Like I have like $5 on my debit cards.
Okay, no, fair.
Oh, I
didn't
can
let
make
you
money
guys
if
use
you
the
need
black
money.
tip card.
Wait,
Oh
what's
yeah,
the
Tip
black
does canonically have a credit card that just is high
It's on
spending.
the budget.
Yeah.
I
And
forgot about that.
I would have given that to Dino's parents like the minute that they were like, yeah, we're adopting Tip. This is for you. Good luck. She eats like a horse.
Because I'm partially one.
So I do like the idea of like Siphon being let in, and like that's the moment everyone's laughing, and even Siphon,
Yeah.
despite herself, is smiling.
Mm-hmm.
And you pull
Still
out.
hasn't taken off the burglar mask.
Tip is just kind of like poking you and stuff.
Pull out, and we have the houses with one of the garbage cans on the side knocked over. And you pull out further to see Ciudad del Sol. And then pull out again, and in orbit is the ship. And on the next page, we're going in media res. The battle has already started. You are going to enter this battle as a team. So we're going to start the team moves.
Do I get to do the Tip scene later on? The Tip and the moms?
Oh, I was doing that as the Tip and the mom scene. Sorry.
Oh, no, it's okay.
Go for
If
it.
there's any flashbacks, it works for a flashback, too.
Okay. I think that when you use your point, your free point, that's when you can have your flashback. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, you are certainly entering battle against a dangerous foe as a team. So, who is the leader of this fight?
Tip.
I feel like it's Tip's big battle.
Yeah. It kind of feels like it since we're battling my kin.
Okay. Does the leader have influence over every other teammate?
I know she has it over me.
Has it over me?
Okay.
Got it over everyone.
Fairly sure we all have it over each other at this point.
Mm-hmm.
What is everyone's purpose in this fight?
Protect Earth.
Okay.
Yeah, protect Earth.
Yeah, protect the Earth.
Stuff
Sidebar:
is-
beat the stuffing out of some aliens.
Yep. I'll take protect the Earth by beating the stuffing out of some aliens.
You
Mhm.
guys missed the opportunities.
There
You
might have
can
been
have it.
there would have been a conversation between Tip and Siphon of like, please don't take the horns unless absolutely necessary. Like, if they're doing a murder on a person, okay.
This is war.
I mean, it is war, but,
Yeah, but you don't commit war crimes.
it's
Do
more
we-
just like Tip understands Siphon's gonna do her thing, but
So,
she has to say it.
Mm-hmm.
So we also have, does anyone mistrust Tip in this battle?
nope.
Nope.
No.
Does anyone mistrust the team in this battle?
Nope.
No.
All right. You have 4 team.
Groovy Tuesday.
You are on a beach. There is a fleet of ships coming towards the city. Already on the ground are anthropomorphs of all different varieties. All of them have some sort of animal head or heads of aliens that you haven't seen before,
That you assume are animals.
or just weird things. And they are either running in and swinging swords at people, like actual medieval swords, or they are using the horn, which all of them have in some place, to fire magic at people. You are in the middle of herding a group of civilians off the beach and onto a school bus, which will be bringing them to a shelter. And a group of these, about half dozen to a dozen, are coming on your position. They are bearing down and they appear to be aiming for the civilians. What do you do?
I'd like to defend the civilians.
Roll to defend.
Okay.
What's that? Let me roll.
Defend is roll plus savior.
Okay, that's 9 plus my savior's 2, so that's 11.
Nice.
Okay. So you keep
Mine's
them
also
safe.
an-
So
Mine's an 8.
we definitely get a scene of Dino like seeing what's about to happen, and they jump in, straight in, and they are doing flips and kicks and things in order
It's
to
not just
keep
that
people
anime
away.
kick of just the person from and in from the side.
You get to either add a team to the pool, take influence over the civilians, or clear a condition.
Well, taking influence over the civilians help them trust me more.
This group of civilians, yes.
I'll
but
just
not
add a
the
team to the
civilians
pool.
as a whole. But they are able to run as the aliens now focus all of their attention on Dino.
I wasn't sure. I rolled at the same time because I said
Oh.
Tip defense, and I
Go
wasn't
ahead.
sure if I was supposed to do that or not.
Sure, we could roll that forward to you defending Dino.
Okay, yeah. So I'd like to use my like Kirby craft to, I guess, well, it was a defend thing, but it was like I was thinking like she pushes something and like a shield energy kind of shield thing comes up.
Okay. So you would roll and add savior.
Okay. It's an 8.
All right. So on an 8, you also get to pick one of those 3 things and have kept Dino safe. However,
Mm.
you either expose yourself to danger or escalate the situation.
Yeah.
Let's get the positive first.
Yeah, positive. I think it's probably a good idea to build up our team.
Okay.
So I'm going to do that, and she's going to expose herself.
Okay. So you pop the shield up in front of Dino, and a few of the swords just clang right in front of it. But one of them, a panther, just looks and snarls, aims the horn, and the Kirby craft flips as a bolt of magic just hits it. And the Kirby craft is still usable, but has taken a hit.
Okay.
Kirby craft.
Seeing this, Siphon will try and get some payback
All right.
on Panther Boy.
Directly engage that threat.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That is a 10. Nope, sorry, that's a 9.
All right.
So one of my things is I can burst. Is there a difference between 9 and 10?
Yeah.
So one of my things is I can spend one of my burn, which I have to roll to see how many I get, and I can add a +1 to any of my teammates' boost roll, like I would if we were using pool from the team pool, but not taking from team pool. So.
Okay, so first
Um,
roll your burn. So
Yes,
roll
I
and
don't have
add
any
the number of
conditions.
conditions you have.
Okay, I don't have any conditions, so. Oh, that's 11.
right.
Nice. So on a
You
hit,
get
I get to
3
hold
burn.
3 burn. So I'm going to spend one of those burn to use my boost, and then Siphon can get a 10.
Nice.
So I have
So
2 burn left.
You're blasting them with fire while Siphon's taking away the energy.
Yes.
It-
What I'm thinking is that like Siphon's taking the energy from the fire and is like fire fists.
I
Yes!
do enjoy that quite a bit.
So cool.
That is awesome.
Now I know what I want to draw.
So what 2 are you picking from directly engage a threat?
I'm trying to remember all the.
I got you. Resist or
Yeah.
avoid their blows.
Mhm.
Take something from them. Create an opportunity for your allies, or impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
I'll resist and avoid blows and give an opportunity for Tip to get out of the dangerous situation.
All right. So the beam hits the Kirby craft, and the Kirby craft goes whoop, 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 with Tip on it. Yes, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And it looks like a second shot's about to come in, but Siphon, with the flame fist given to her from Spark, decks him. Decks Panther Boy in the face. And he goes down. And you're just standing over him like Muhammad Ali. But there are more ready to fight. At this point, other heroes start jumping in as well. Adult heroes and other teen heroes. Enrique's leading a team from the school with Gem. And they, down the beach, tell you that we need to make sure that the defenses are ready. They're coming to take the coast. Go to the lighthouse. And he is provoking you to go to the lighthouse. I'm going to count him as a PC and roll for him, even though I hate doing GM PC stuff. All right.
He's part of the team.
So he is able to add a team to your pool because of his inspirational ability, as long as you go to the lighthouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have no reason to not go to the lighthouse.
To the lighthouse.
So they swoop in and begin defending these civilians as you take off, leaving them and going to the lighthouse. And you get there without any issue. But once there, you do see a group of the aliens kind of barging the door with various things that they picked up off the ground. So one of them is using like a piece of wooden fence that would have been on the boardwalk. One of them is using the top part of a lamppost, trying to just slam into the door with as much weight as they can. They also don't know what human items are, so they've been trying to figure out what to use.
They haven't been watching the animes.
I will also say, none of them have been flying. So, you are unsure at this time if they have that ability like Tip does. They are trying to get in, and you know that there are important humans in there who are trying to defend the coast. What do you do?
Yell out, "Hey, jerks! You're here for me, not them. Bring it."
They all snap around, and it's just like, it's the destroyer, and they begin
God.
bearing down. One of them, the one with the fence, throws the fence at you,
Yeah. That makes sense.
and I think that it's such a bold move that it takes you by surprise and hits you, but
Okay.
doesn't do any actual damage. It's just a panel of you saying that, and then the next panel is the fence post hitting you. They're coming for you. What do you do? I think we had an order set up, and the order set up would leave Dino next.
Yeah.
I'd like to defend again.
Oh, okay. Are you setting up to defend specifically Tip or the entire group?
Specifically Tip, because Tip has gotten their attention.
Yes. All right, go for it.
Okay, that's 7 in total.
All right, so you will get to either add a team to the pool, take influence over Tip, or clear a condition.
Well, I already have influence over Tip, so and I don't have any conditions, so I'm going to add a team.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Yeah, we got so much.
We have 7.
We have a lot of team. We should definitely use it.
I mean, I was gonna say, well, no, because it wouldn't. Never mind.
No, it wouldn't help here.
Yeah.
Are you going to expose yourself to danger or escalate the situation?
I'm going to expose myself to danger because I have a move that lets me do cool things when I get attacked by people who are more powerful than I am.
And
Yeah.
these very much are. So, a majority of them just continue bearing down. But the leader of them, which is a human head with a slug-like face, and they still have a horn, but the horn is also slug-like, so almost like an antenna, just turns to you and starts making clicking noises that you would assume is some form of communication, but you have no idea what they're saying. And they rush Dino. While that's happening, Tip, you have a group of aliens coming to attack you.
Let's see. I want to. Let me check one thing real quick. Where's the? I'd like to do a mind blast, please.
Do the mind blast.
Mind blast. Tip, as we get further into this battle, probably the party would notice that Tip is getting more agitated, and her cutesy, fun time demeanor is going into battle. Tip.
Feel free to white unicorn or the black one.
Your powers.
That would definitely be an Unleash Your Powers.
Okay.
So roll an Ad Freak.
Like, my freak actually went down recently.
Oh no. You've been getting
Oh
complacent.
no! Never mind. My freak is good. Let's see if my best roll will be. Okay. That's a 10.
Nice. So you are able to mind blast, are we calling it?
That's it's when I took the telepathy thing. It says telepathy and mind blast.
So you mind blast the entire group,
Yeah.
and they all fall backwards on their
I'll be
bum
like-
because of the intense headache that you have given them
And I'll be like,
by pushing into their brain.
and the telepathy with that is stop this nonsense. This isn't what we stand for.
And one of them scrambling to their feet and with a goat head and 2 horns replacing the spirally horns, just 2 straight horns. Just goes, yes, it is, and rushes you.
Okay. Cool.
I believe next would be Siphon.
Siphon is just going to sort of stand behind Tip and then try to drain the energy from the goat person as they approach, so that by the time they've lost like so much momentum.
Awesome. I'm going to say that that's unleashing, so roll and add
Mhm.
freak, because you're trying
Okay.
to stop them from attacking type thing.
And that's a 12. Or no, that's a 12 naturally, but 14.
You do the thing, for sure, and they are so winded, and the others are on the ground, just not knocked out, but winded as well, just like that got the wind knocked out of you type, and they're all set up for Spark,
Yes.
except for the slug who might be attacking Dino. What do you do?
Just gonna very briefly, she turns to Siphon. I'm so very glad you're on our team. Let me see. Is the slug still charging at Dino, or is he just like yelling at Dino?
Charging. I'm gonna say this is all happening at the same
Okay.
time, so that them getting into battle is still progressing.
Cool. Then I'm gonna spend another burn, and I'm gonna use shielding, and I'm gonna call. It makes a giant firewall essentially, and it defends someone from immediate threat. And I roll plus freak instead of savior, which is good because my freak is higher.
All right.
So that is 9.
All right. So you.
I would like to spend a team to push that up to a 10.
All right. Are you going to do the? So I like that Siphon and Spark are becoming like better partners by using each other's powers.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to push that wall up, or what do you got for me?
Essentially, what I'm doing is like using I'm acting as a conduit between the like putting my hand on Spark's shoulder and like putting the life force that I am draining from one person to empower.
Nice.
So you are taking the energy from Goatman,
Mhm.
pumping it into Spark, so Spark can then act as a cannon and make a firewall directly in front of Dino.
Mhm.
Please say someone has a hacker pun we can use in this moment.
And
It's fireball.
Burn.
Are you
baby,
going-
Burn.
are you going to add a team to the pool, Spark? Or
Oh wow.
so you could just add that team right back?
Right. Yep. Just I was gonna say what are the other options again?
Take influence over Dino or clear a condition, which you don't have.
Yeah,
now,
no.
and you already have
Yeah,
influence.
I have influence. So
Perfect.
yep, just gonna put that team right back.
Put that team back where it came from, or so help me.
Help me. This is the musical episode.
So you have Dino safe, unless Dino so chooses not to be. But it would be on Dino's terms.
Dino, do you have any salt?
I feel like that
Oh, I've
would
got
also be a
plenty.
war crime.
Siphon's got plenty of salt.
You see Tip's eyes go red. Burn them all. No.
Burn them all. God will recognize his own.
Dino, it is your move.
Who's
They
is
have reared back from a slug rearing back, but a slug is reared back from this firewall.
It's my go?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. What is happening?
There is a burst of fire in front of you
hmm
that prevented Slugman from getting to you. I'm going to say the fire goes down, and Slugman is very confused looking and off balance.
Yeah, I'd like to directly engage this threat.
All right.
Kick him in the face.
Use your taser.
I forgot about the taser.
I don't. It's not a taser, it's a grappling hook that I can electrify.
All I'm saying is zap the slug.
It's my long distance thing.
What did we roll?
I got let's see, that's 7 plus 2 danger is 9. Somebody
Nice.
must help me and boost that to a 10.
Oh.
Okay, Tip. Tip's
Oh.
raising her hand.
Oh, yeah. Can I do the... Maybe this isn't... Well, I don't know. Nick, how do you feel?
Can we say something inspirational?
Would it be
I mean,
better
you have
to...
17. I don't know if you would want to drop it now, but
Well, I'm more... Yeah, okay, I'll save it. But I'll do team to help.
I was gonna say.
actually,
do I-
this is Dino specifically.
I know. That's why I'm like...
Go for it. Do the thing.
Okay.
Give Dino the
So-
10.
Woo.
So, Dino is what does the attack look like?
I think that I'm just trying to like hit anything that seems solid on this slug.
So anything below the neckline.
Yeah.
Okay. So Dino comes in and like kicks at the knee and kicks at the chest. And the next panel is back at the Arcadia house.
Yeah.
And the moms are there with Tip and no one else. And
Keep going.
Mel just kind of looks at you and I just wanted to say thank you for being so accepting of us. I know it's been a difficult time. You've made it easy.
I don't know. I'm the one being thanked. But I like to think that Mel and Sunny had like sat down in the living room, and I don't know if they drank wine or not, but just had that moment of like everyone's settled and we're relaxed, and then Tip has like walked in.
Tip, hey, oh, Mel and Sunny having a nice night together, and now Tip.
Yeah. And now Tip. I thank you for taking me in. I was just watching one of my shows, and I had a thought. In the show, there was bounty hunters chasing after various criminals in space, and I thought about the fact that typically when one person does something wrong and people want that person, they don't typically send a big battleship, warship, and several other ships.
And Mel has it's the smile that she has in court when she knows she's about to spike a case. And she's letting you continue, but
Yeah.
you observe that like crossing her face of like, I've been waiting for this. Okay.
I've been blaming myself for this whole thing coming forward and that it was all my fault. But they sent the one person. But with the fact that there's a whole ship and they're raging war, I And she's just looking down the whole time, trying to. It never was about me, was it?
Mel just, nope, never was. They were gonna come here anyway. They just needed a reason. You know how your people get all of the materials, everything they need to party so much? It's not homegrown. The only thing that I'm glad is that you did whatever it is you did on that planet, because it brought you here and out of their influence, and we could raise you right. You got super lucky. Your Graham seems like the exception to whatever rule your people have. Just know this. You're not them. You're you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Sonny cuts in and just says, I know it's not much. And I know it probably won't even be visible, but
Oh, please.
I've made you this. And she pulls out a shirt. And it's the picture of the four of you.
Ah!
When Spark took the selfie.
Yes.
And it just says Heroes on it. In gray lettering over the actual picture itself. And she goes, I don't know your size and I don't know how you're going to get it over your head, but I won't ask
okay.
questions. Here you go.
And through the magic.
Yeah. Through the way
Like,
Tip gets dressed
yeah.
every day, it
Yeah,
somehow works.
Yeah. And she just, like, kind of just, big hug on both of them.
And we come back with the knowledge that Tip isn't like these aliens. And it, again, was never about Tip. This was going to happen anyway. How do you motivate Dino to beat the tar out of this slug?
I like to think, by the way, when the slug is talking, does Tip understand what he's saying?
Through magic, yes. Like, in your
Okay. mind,
yes, but it still clicks to you. But you're like,
Okay.
oh, okay, he's using offensive language. Okay, got it.
Yeah. I'd like to think that to assist Dino, there's a moment where like Tip spins around and there's like a meeting of eyes and Tip shudders her costume for a moment to have that shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very obvious that it's Sunny's work too. And just like, oh God.
Mm-hmm.
It's that, just that moment of like,
So Dino's
we're in
doing
this together.
these kicks to the body. And she goes to do a spin kick, turns
They.
around.
They.
Hey,
I'm going to donate. Literally, I'm going to count the number of times I am going to donate because that's
Anyhow,
form. They spin, and as they are spinning, they see the shirt. And it just adds a little torque to the kick. And it connects with the goopy head. And the slug hits the sand in front of this lighthouse and is down.
Yeah.
You have now knocked out a slug.
Yep.
can I retcon one thing?
Sure.
Tip has no, actually I can do it in the battle.
Okay.
Tip turns to Siphon. Take all the horns you want.
And you hear this trumpeting sound from above that you recognize as an elephant. And there is a ship flying above you, making this noise as if someone's speaking into a microphone, but what they're speaking is the elephant trumpet. And Tip, you recognize this as a leadership. This is something that would be delivering a general or someone of that ilk.
Okay.
We get a scene away from the group in the ship itself. And there are rows and rows of these elephant women with the big elephant head with the horn on it and these incredibly muscular female bodies on one knee, head down, trunk lazily on the floor. And in the front is an alien with a rhinoceros head. And just says, "We don't need this city. Kill them all." And you hear a klaxon from the ship itself. The siren goes, and elephant lady after elephant lady starts diving down towards the beach. What do you do?
Are we on right now?
This is free for all. You are at a lighthouse, but that is on the beach as well. The lighthouse is meant to be a defense for the ships that are flying in from the shore, but this new ship has just launched what appears to be elephant women.
Are they wearing armor?
They are.
Is it metal?
It sure is.
I would like to do the biggest heat metal.
All right. I think that would be roll plus freak to unleash those powers.
Yeah, I'm a really good freak. Just be prepared in case I need motivation, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
So altogether, that is 10.
Ooh. So it happens.
Yes.
And as they're coming down, they have this very determined look on their face. And you don't actually spit fire at them. You spread out the heat throughout the sky. And we get this really neat scene of these red wavy lines with all of the elephant lady diving. And the next panel, all of the metal is red. Searing red. And there is the sound of 36 elephants screaming out at the same time.
Yes!
And because of the distraction, they hit the ground, but not in 3-point superhero stance like they wanted to, but head first and then roll.
LARPing!
There's a bunch of face-planted elephant women.
Mm-hmm.
I heard the sound of many people screaming out at once and in silence.
In silence as they hit the ground. Just awesome.
Yes!
But they...
Oh, did they land in the sand?
Yes.
Does that extra damage because they superheat the sand and then it turns to glass?
Not quite that hot.
Guess what my next move
They are all getting up, though. It hurt, and you could tell that they're mad about it. But that anger is being directed now at the one who did it. So they're looking around, trying to figure out who did it, and finally they notice Tip.
Oh.
Rude.
And incorrectly assume that it must have been her. So they are all going to charge,
Okay.
but
Sorry,
stop about 50 feet in front,
Okay.
and all brandish swords at the same time. This is a very organized group. What do you do?
So, first of all, were there any swords on the ground that Tip could have grabbed?
Yes, and?
Yeah. So Tip is going to grab one of the swords and shoot, where's the move? Well, it's not a human device. I wanted to modify a sword to just like have like an energy laser thing around it, but I
Roll
don't
to
think that
unleash your
works.
powers.
Okay.
I'll allow it.
Oh,
Adding
no.
freak.
Yep, that's a 5.
You've melted the sword.
Yep.
Too much energy.
Yeah.
Can
Tip's
we
like,
use team to
We
help?
can.
No.
2 people can use team.
Yes.
well, it was. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Well, we've got 7.
Yep.
Mhm.
I mean, sure.
All
I
right.
think-
How...
Unless that fills up your potential track, in which case we won't do it.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Actually, yeah. Let me have that because that fills my potential track.
Moment of truth.
Is that what it is?
You
That's
can,
something that you can unlock.
do.
You can do it. Yes.
And it's usually super epic.
The
Okay.
the elephants look at Tip and just say, "If you have any honor, you will face us alone. These inferiors have nothing to do with what we're here for."
Siphon will step up. And he's like, buddy, you got another thing coming. This is just the tip of the iceberg.
Then you just
God.
see sparks, flames in the background. Burn!
Tip's laughing.
They're just like,
I'm going to try and provoke them into doing something reckless.
Go for it.
What stat is that?
Oh, yes, that would be a good thing to know. That is superior.
Okay, great.
Pardon me.
Okay, that's a 9.
On a 7 to 9, you get to choose
Does-
one from this list.
Does anyone want to add a team?
Can we add the team because sparks in the background going burn?
Get that 10.
Yeah, you can. So that would bring it to a 10. And the 2 humans being obnoxious provoke one of them to break rank and start running at Siphon. And the rest kind of reach, like, don't, like, you're doing a bad. Don't do the thing. But she still runs up and is going to try to bring the sword and
Dang it, Debbie.
cut you in half. So the sword is coming down at Siphon. What would you like to do?
Are we back to doing order or are we free for
Yeah, I
all
was
again?
Free for all is fine as long as people get their turns in and it's not just
Mhm.
ping ponging. We're usually good at that though.
After we deal with this person, then Tip has something to say to
I was
them.
gonna say I got one more burn left if I want to do the shield thing again. Or I could do moat.
I don't think Dino's done
I
anything.
I
this-
think we still have a
True.
lot. Yeah, I think we still have a lot of battle too, so we don't want to burn through
True.
everything. No pun intended.
Mhm.
Dino, would you like to take this one?
Yeah, I'd like to see, can I engage this threat to distract her from Siphon so then Siphon can get her from the side?
That would
I'm
certainly
thinking
fall
flying
under
sidekick.
correct an opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be create an opportunity for your allies, so that would be under directly
Yeah.
engage this threat. Do that.
Okay.
Roll and add that danger.
Okay, that is an 11 total.
All right.
Yay.
Are you going, or which 2 are you going to pick from the list?
I'm going to create an opportunity and I'm going to take her sword.
Yeah.
So they bring that sword down, and Dino, the spectacular badass that she is, they are.
Yeah.
They
God, I almost had it. The spectacular badass that they are, claps the sword and spins it to take it away from them. out of their
Wait,
hand.
can I instead I have kicked their wrist so they had to drop the sword and then I grabbed it.
I love that. You kick them right in the inside of the wrist, and it flings the sword up in the air, and you catch it She-Ra style, just
Yep.
up like that.
I like to think Tip, like, through that kick and stuff, it knocks the elephant person down.
They stumble backwards.
Oh, they stumble backwards?
Unless they need to be down for what you're doing, then they fall down.
Can they fall down?
Sure,
please?
they fall down.
They fall down, and Tip comes up and puts a foot right on, like, the throat or whatever. I know, Tip's getting intense. And she looks up at the whole crowd, and she's like, what were you told? Because I can assure you it's not as it seems.
It seems like you've got someone's foot on their
I mean,
throat.
there's that too.
It's not what it looks like. Punching the face.
Yeah, I know.
Provoke.
Okay.
Or are you trying to pierce their mask?
Pierce
it-
the mask probably.
Awesome. Then roll.
She's trying to get more clarity as to who's been told what.
Okay. Roll and add mundane.
Maybe the throat isn't, but like she person's like down on the ground and she's got a foot on top of them.
Mhm. You are standing over a defeated opponent
Yes.
and inquiring their motives.
Okay.
Through physical force.
Mundane. I don't think. Oh, okay. 8.
All right. On an 8, you ask one of the 5 questions on Pierce the Mask.
Okay, which we have. What are you really planning? What do you want me to do? What do you intend to do? How could I get your character to blank? How could I gain influence over you?
If none of those fit with what you were asking, ask what you were going to ask the elephant lady. You want to know, was it...
I think it's probably going to lean towards what do you intend to do, like, but phrase it as what was your directive, or like Tip's trying to find out what they were told.
Out of character, I will just tell you they were told to take the planet.
Okay, so that's...
But
Okay.
in character, the elephant just looks up with rage for one panel, and then just the sunken eyes of defeat right after.
Mm-hmm.
She knows she's done in this case. No sword on her back, foot on her chest, we'll say.
Mm-hmm.
And she just says, "We're moving in. This is our planet now."
Tip, gonna try something, and I don't know if it's gonna work, so forgive me if this doesn't go well.
Break the
Tip.
horn, Johnny.
No. No.
Take
Tip's going to take her foot off of the person and give her hand.
Roll to provoke.
The person up. Oh, jeez. Not good. That's what am I rolling? Superior?
Yes, sorry. Roll and add superior.
3. There's no coming back from that.
Not really.
Oh.
Nope.
Mark potential.
Oh yeah.
You
So
can't because your potential track is full.
doesn't it start back over?
When you
Yeah.
use it, I believe it starts back over.
Yeah.
I'll let
could
you bleed it over. I don't know the
Okay.
rules, so I'm not going to rule in
And
favor of
and for
hurting
that,
anyone.
at whatever time, I'm good with the moment of truth thing.
I mean, you
It
could
seems like a
use it
Are you
now.
doing the moment of truth now?
no. I don't know how this works with that moment of truth thing.
The moment of truth is essentially an I win card, but in a very cool and epic way.
Yeah,
It's not like I win the entire session, but it's
No.
I get out of this problem.
I kind of think this would be a perfect thing for it because she's wanting to essentially her action with this is like, we're better than this.
Yep. So
So
you are trying to show that you're better, and you reach your arm down, and this warrior takes your arm and pulls herself back up,
and punches you in the face.
takes a step back and bows to you. And do you bow back?
I do.
She then knees you in the face.
Yep. Yep.
And as you stumble backwards, you just hear this zipping sound that it's like a zip that is in black and very bold on the panel. And it's coming from very small when you started picking the elephant woman up, and getting bigger and bigger as the panels go on. And after you get kicked, Tip would recognize this zip as the zip of your Kirby craft, but you know it's not yours. And you just hear as Grandma Dandelion comes in and just starts firing on this group.
Yes.
And there's sand flying everywhere. The elephants have broken rank and are starting to run. Did we ever decide what Graham Dandelion's head is?
It's also a unicorn.
All right.
But she's yellow.
Mm-hmm. And she's firing and firing, and she just looks at you and says, I believe you were in the middle of doing something. And she looks at the lighthouse.
Onward.
And you charge in. And as you go in, you hear the sound of 2 other zips coming in as well.
Oh, goodness.
And you are in the lighthouse. There are important humans, important people zipping around, just trying to defend everything. Dino.
Yes.
This is part of what you had helped set up.
Yeah.
This is a coastal defense that will be able to shield off using, like, ironically, siphoning superheroes' powers into magnifiers that will create shields of different elements and stuff across the beach to keep them from getting in. It's an idea that I don't know if Dino had the idea or helped work on it.
Probably helped work on it.
And despite not gaining the respect of the civilians, you definitely gain the respect of the people in this lighthouse. And they are, you know, they're kind of like, oh, good, you're here. Help us fix this. Help us do this. They're pulling you in all sorts of different directions. And they're pulling the entire group. All sorts of directions. We need help with this. We need help with that. And there's no way you'll be able to help everyone. And then there's a panel of white. And a panel that shows a giant explosion that went off at the top of the lighthouse. And the team is separated.
Oh,
My babies. My precious, precious cinnamon buns.
Siphon,
Mm-hmm.
you were the first to wake. And your leg is underneath rubble from the explosion.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't feel broken, but
It still hurts.
yeah. And standing above you is a cape that you don't know. You've not met this
Mhm.
one because your knowledge base is mostly criminals.
Mm-hmm.
So It's a large man with a brightly colored outfit. I'm gonna say it's green, with a picture of a tree, kind of as a crest.
Arbor Man.
And that is actually the name that I had for him.
Yes.
So I was like,
I mean, it's not the Mighty Oak.
like thinking of heroes. I was like, let's go with like a holiday. What are the dumb holidays? Hold on, Arbor Day. No one remembers that one. Arbor Man.
Ooh, Arbor Man.
Arbor Man with his beautiful blonde hair is picking rubble off of you.
I mean, he
And he's
doesn't
like,
have a fro like a
Come on,
short
kid, wake up. Wake up, we have things to do.
Okay.
No sleeping on
5
the
more
job.
minutes.
And the rubble is all taken off of you.
Mm-hmm.
And he reaches down to give you a hand up.
I do like a kick up
Mhm.
and get myself up.
So there's a panel of you kicking, landing, and then you look very uneasy.
Mm-hmm.
And the background of the panel is washed out with a gradient of green coming down from the top to bottom.
Okay.
But the next panel, it's gone, and you're okay. And Arborman just says, "We need to help these people. There's more people here. Can you help me?"
Yeah, sure. How do we?
Dig them out.
What are we doing?
Dig them out. Dig them out. And he's pointing to other people who are trapped like you were under rubble. Some more.
Oh, I
trapped
thought you
than
said
others.
like take them out as in okay.
Take them out. Take them out. Siphon's like, got it. Can do.
Take the shot.
I look at Arborman for a second. It's like, am I? Oh, you mean take them out of the rubble?
Arborman just gives you a look and just goes, like, rushes over. And every step that he takes, little plants start growing underneath.
The
And-
Earth Day, then?
You are working to save these people, so I'm going to have you roll and add savior. This is not the defend move. This is a separate move.
Okay, that's a 7.
All right. So you are able to get everyone out.
Yay.
While you have your back turned,
Mm-hmm.
you hear this sound of flesh on flesh, and then the sound of a very large man hitting the ground. It is
And I
behind
turn
you,
around to see.
Medusa,
no.
standing there. It's like, so B-tier comedy villains is what you're hanging out with now, or comedy heroes is what you're hanging out with now, huh?
I know you're trying to rehash the thing I said, and it's clearly not going to work because I did it better and I did it first. So, why are you here?
I figured if the world's going to end, then I should do at least one thing right. So I kicked him. Now, the other reason I'm here is these have been taking up space in my house. I wanted you to have them. She takes a backpack and throws it at you. There's a problem. There's a problem with you. And not the fact that you're an obnoxious jerk. Come here. And she reaches out her hand. The bag hits the ground and a few cards spill out.
Okay.
It was never about Pokemon cards.
And she has her hand out. Do you take it?
I'm an idiot. And then takes the hand.
And you feel the poison being sucked out of you. And she just goes, I'm much better as a villain, so go save the day for me. And that scene's going to be over there.
Okay.
Tip. You wake up underneath your Kirby craft. And picking it up is Graham Dandelion. And she's just, no. Okay. It's okay. And she's like cradling you.
Tip just gives her back and starts crying, but also is trying to like.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
You're the young one here. I can't really go like this anymore. So, here's the thing. I need you to save... No. Your friends can save. I need you to take the fight to them. Okay?
Take fight to who?
Take your Kirby craft and fly up to there. And she points to the ship up there.
Okay.
General Duncan's up there. If you cut the head off the snake, this invasion will die.
Or the rhino in this case.
But I don't want you to do this alone. So I got you some backup. And another Kirby craft kind of puts up next to you. And it's a man with a horse's head. And he's just like, hey, you ready for some father-daughter bonding time?
What? Grant.
I've not
Grams?
really, I don't really know how to do this, and we don't really have time to do this, so I'm gonna fly away now, bye. And he starts flying away. And somehow you have met someone more awkward than yourself at relationships. And Graham just has this big smile and is like, I always knew where he was. But
You're in so much trouble, Grams.
it runs in the family, dear.
Okay. Just like getting up and dusting herself off and whatever, and gives Grams the biggest hug.
All right.
And then whispers real quick, "Did you bring my cookie?"
And she whispers back and was like, I was already stowed away on the ship. I couldn't have.
And then, you know.
And then you fly off. And we go over to Dino. And Dino is in a building and slumped up against a wall. I'm going to say they got flung. There's a broken window in the shot that the camera's looking through to see Dino. And you have no powers.
Nope.
So this hurt a lot.
Yeah.
But you can stand, and nothing's broken that you can feel right now. So I imagine Dino's going to keep fighting.
Yeah, are gonna brush the broken glass off of their costume and try and get out of this building and to where somewhere they can do something.
You hear the sound of combat in the street. And as you run in, you see a gem, but they are being overwhelmed. And if you don't act quickly, she will probably die. There are chips of stone already chipped off of her, and burn marks all over her body and face. I'm going to have you roll and add danger. This is not totally engaging a threat.
Wait, sorry, what am I rolling?
Adding danger.
Okay. Oh my, I keep rolling 2 1s.
Oh no!
Those dice have to go to dice jail.
You still have a
I already
moment
put
of
a
truth.
set in dice jail. I have to put a second set in dice jail.
Elle, you never used your moment of truth from the other sessions. You still have it.
I haven't. I could
still
use my
have it.
moment of truth.
I
Do
need
it.
Yeah.
to get what the moment of truth is for.
It pays to re-listen to the episodes.
Where is Beacon? Beacon.
That's the first one.
Yeah.
Alphabetical, Nick. Come on now.
Oh, you take out any enemy. Ooh. I think
Yeah.
this is the time, because otherwise, peek behind the curtain, Jem will die.
Oh, don't let her.
Yeah, don't want that to happen.
Don't.
Did give her a concussion. Still feel bad about that. Would feel worse if she died.
So, Jem takes a couple extra shots, and then from off panel, Dino just doing a like diving kick type thing.
Leroy Jenkins.
Wait,
Kicks through.
no, can I use my grappling hook?
Yes.
My electrified grappling hook?
Are you grappling then electrifying them from a distance and then running
Yes.
in? Or are you using the grappling hook
Mhm.
to shoot yourself into them?
I'm going to shoot myself into them.
I love this. So you do that, and we get this full page of panels of Dino and Jem fighting back to back, and they are mirroring the attacks that they did in the ring against the alien groups, including the spin kick that gave Jem the concussion is the finishing blow to finish off this group.
Ooh. Could Jim have lifted Dino up so when they spin, that's what got them spinning?
Ooh, that is good.
Like if they're going back
A
to
little-
back and then
A
Jim
little
turns.
assist kick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And then afterwards, Jen just looks down and goes, oh, thank goodness it was you.
Yeah.
And she starts running off. And I imagine Dino just kind of running after as well.
Mm-hmm.
And Spark.
Yep. After I spent all this time muted, just geeking.
You are underneath a ton of rubble. You can't
Yay.
see daylight. You have air, obviously, because you are waking up. Expending your powers would be able to get you out, and it is not hard enough that you would need a roll.
Mm-hmm.
So, I imagine, or I will ask, do you use your powers to get out, or do you get out by pushing the rocks?
I would probably try to save as much of my power as possible because I don't know if there are people under here with me and I don't want to take a chance of burning people.
Okay. So, you're like kicking some rocks to try and get them
Yeah.
loose and trying to use your hands as much as you can in the cramped space that you're in.
Mm-hmm.
And then the rocks start moving a little easier and easier and easier. And you are able to get up and out.
Okay.
And you are alone at the lighthouse. Or what's left of it.
Okay.
Most of it has been exploded. There are people scrambling around.
Mm-hmm.
We're a teen comic book, so somehow no one died.
Yay.
But
No
there's a
one
lot
died
of-
on panel.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Yeah, yeah.
injured people around, but they have their eyes open, so the reader knows they're still alive. But it looks like carnage happened here, and there are still about a half dozen or so elephant ladies who aren't completely taken out, and they're getting up and they are wounded, but they see you. They recognize you. They are coming towards you. Roll an ad freak.
So that is 10.
Okay. So you have this moment where you just blast fire and blast it and blast it,
Kamehameha.
and most of them go down except for one who has this shield type thing made out of energy, and is
Fantastic.
walking, pushing against the fire, walking towards you. And then there is the pew pew sound effect,
Yay.
and the blue lasers hit the elephant in the head, and they turn to see what happened, and the flames engulf them and knock them down. And from the top of a pile of rubble, you see Dee Dee.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
she's wearing a crown.
Of course she is.
And
Because she's my queen.
has this red and white leotard
Mm-hmm.
with diamond patterns in it. And she's just like, "Oh, hi. Hey. Long time no see."
Hi, Dee Dee. And she's gonna like look at her and she goes, "Slay, queen, slay." I wanted to make
And,
that joke so bad.
Dee Dee has a moment where she's trying to be the big hero. So she's doing like the "I just saved you and I'm standing apart." And then she breaks down and just runs over.
Just
I
the
give
biggest
you-
bear hug.
And I think this is when the group is going to reunite. And you see Tip flying up towards the ship. And she is right now going without you. Not selfishly, but because her Graham told her to. But you don't know that. Siphon, you run in. Medusa has left you to your own devices. Dino and Gem run in from a different direction. And Dee Dee and
Spark is still
are
like
there as well.
clinging to her, like, "You're never leaving me again."
And
Do we have a way of communicating with Tip?
We have
Like-
phones.
Yeah,
We
but
have
like
yeah,
in the middle of
telepathy.
battle.
We
so
have
you had been using
think
text and
Adderall
stuff
card.
so far. So I don't think you have like a set way of doing it.
Tip's got Bluetooth and all set up, and it can read the text message.
Yeah, the text would pop up if you text Tip.
Yeah.
Just as code Dan.
Yeah.
Code Dan sounds like a really bad anime.
It's Tip's favorite. It's so campy and just, yeah.
What do you do?
Dino is going to send 3 superhero emojis and a unicorn emoji, and then like one of the party horn thing and a question mark.
Oh,
Um,
it's just a group text. It's a bunch of like happy things.
Yeah.
Siphon's gonna look at Dino and is like, "Dino, do you have at least like a working knowledge of the defense thing?
Yeah.
Because I have a plan."
I think that's where that scene's
Uh-huh.
going to end.
Ooh.
And Tip,
Yes.
you zip the Kirby craft into the ship without any trouble. Your Kirby craft is able to communicate, being of the same technology, opens a door for you, and you go in.
Plus, I got those mad hacker skills now.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I imagine like Tip has like a power glove.
Yeah.
I actually
Like in
like
the-
the idea of Tip hacking in better and just like flying up and it denies you
Yeah.
because of who you are, and you're just like, nope.
She says one of those swear words she's learned from Siphon, being like, "Forget you."
Bleep, please.
Yeah.
And gets in, and hacking through, we get the panels of hacking getting in, and you are in what looks to be a throne room. It is the room that we saw earlier with the elephant women kneeling, and sitting on the throne, looking very, very upset with how things have turned out, is a man in a suit of armor with a rhinoceros head. And by suit of armor, I mean a medieval suit of armor.
Take
Yep.
his horn.
And he takes a broadsword from next to it and just says, I'll give you credit. I didn't think you'd come up here. Saves me the trouble. How do you want to do this?
Sorry.
Like my anime girls.
It's such a big moment. There's two ways I can see this ending. Either you set things down, we do what we can to clean up the mess, and we make amends. Or I take your horn and I kill you.
There's a moment of him being like, that flash of uncertainty of like,
Yeah.
did you just say that? Is that what you just said?
I know the truth.
And from behind you, you just hear, oh, from your father.
She like looks awkwardly for a moment of like, oh.
As he has now caught up with
Yeah.
you.
She just straightens herself and again like doubles down on trying to,
Be scary.
yeah. I know the truth. This was never about me. You used me. You used everyone down there.
He steps off the thing and just says, of course. That is what they are meant for. Resources are to be used, nothing more.
They're more than resources.
Well, I'm not going to help them. I won't lower myself to that.
Fine, I'll help you do it.
And there's a hand on your shoulder for a second from your father. Just says, in your head, kiddo, have you been accidentally reading people's mind lately?
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, good. Duncan, Tip has reached full adulthood. I declare a duel between you and Tip under the rules that she has stipulated. And Duncan has this look of like, the forget you say? And he just goes, you see, my mother had a lawyer friend of hers look over some of our laws, and there's this ancient law that no one seems to remember about duels between two adults. As a general, it'd look really bad if you decided to not duel the criminal that you were here to completely destroy, wouldn't it? And Duncan has this rage of someone who's caught in a trap and just goes, fine, I will duel, and if you win, we will give this up and use our resources to put back what we destroyed. If I
and
win,
not attack any other planet.
we'll leave the planet alone.
Any other planet.
Fine. If I win, then I will nuke this planet from orbit. And with it will be gone everything that you hold dear. But I'll keep you alive so you can watch. And the hand is removed from your shoulder. As your father just says, the rest is up to you, kiddo.
Gee, thanks, Dad, for just showing up and throwing me into that.
Can we all just take a minute to appreciate the fact that technically, if this goes well, Mel saved the day?
Yeah.
Laura Mom is the true hero.
So we cut back to the rest of the group at some of the makeshift repair stations that they're doing to try and repair the defense areas.
Real quick, what was our whole text thing that we did? We had IKEA was like, "Hey, I'm going out, but I'll be be on standby."
IKEA was things aren't immediately dangerous right now, but they might be. Dan was
S has hit the fan.
Yeah. Tip would have said Dan on the way while she was hacking.
Oof.
Because she knows she's going into a thing. It was like, or no, I like to say that it was Dan ?
Is it
Dan ? And then now you're just like Dan !
Dan.
Yeah.
Dan, very Dan.
Dan.
Yeah.
Tip, Spark would have sent a video of Tip, like her most highly viewed YouTube video, and like all the comment sections of like how people think she's awesome and this person is just the coolest, and it's basically like the most hastily edited together montage of the motivation.
Mm-hmm. Just pump up the jam.
Yep.
It is all the humans saying how much they love Tip.
Yes. Oh, what is that movie? None of you guys played Persona, so you wouldn't get that reference.
No.
There's we're at the defense station. Siphon, what was the plan?
Okay, so you know how this thing is supposed to siphon powers from heroes and do it into a shield?
Mm-hmm.
Can we rework it a little bit? Maybe using myself as like a focus lens and just sort of like change the target of the siphon from heroes to anthros.
I'm really glad you're on our team. Earth's Mightiest Adventure.
I
Sass
think we're
Queen.
going to need 3 rolls for this to be successful. We're going to need a roll from Spark, utilizing the skills that she had as a star in the past to motivate everyone. A roll from Dino, utilizing their intelligence and skills that they used to set this up to make this happen, and a roll from Siphon to use their powers to make this happen, which is going to be Spark. I'm going to ask you to provoke.
Okay, so that's superior?
That is.
Or... Oh, crud.
I'm going to ask Dino to roll and add superior as well. And then finally, we're rolling and adding freak for Siphon.
We still got 16, y'all. Remember that.
Yeah.
Now might be the time.
I was going to say, if need be, we can give each other 2.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say, for this roll, in order to convert the cannon, you will roll what I told you.
Mm-hmm.
Under a 7, for any of the 3 rolls will be a failure.
Oh, gosh.
On a 7 to 9, you do not count as a failure and do your part for the plan. And on a 10, you do not count as a failure, do your part for the plan, and are able to add a team to the pool.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, all right. Oh, we're doing it in the order you said? Or are we doing it all at the same time?
Let's do it in the order that I gave. And let's roll to save the world.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Oh, sweet Nibbly Jesus, yes! That's a 6! Oh my gosh!
That's a what?
I got a 12 on the dice.
Oh, nice.
Don't
Right.
have anything in superior as a Nova, though.
That's fine. You get
That's a
1 to
12.
the team, which is now at 7. Dino. Roll and add superior.
Okay, that is 9 in total.
All right. And Siphon.
Okay.
Roll and add.
Okay. This is actually the outcome I wanted. I rolled a 4,
Okay.
Ash.
but that fills up my potential frac.
Mm-hmm.
Moment of truth.
Yeah.
I don't have your
Everyone's
moment of
used
truth.
theirs at this point.
I would need to know what it is.
You're looking under the reformed, by the way.
Oh, okay. I was thinking the moment of truth is just like overcharging the power.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? I think that's amazing. So it happens. So the team is sufficiently motivated and the equipment is sufficiently set up. Siphon,
Hmm.
was there a warning sign that you were pushing yourself too far and you ignored it? Or did this take you by surprise?
What I'm saying is that, like, what I think happens is that, like, it starts off and, like, there seems to be, like, some sort of block, or, like, they're not really, like, they're trying, but something's getting in the way, and then all of a sudden they're able to, like, push past it and, like, go full ham.
Okay. So you're
No
meeting with a
ham,
lot of
Richard.
resistance because the machines were made for direct contact. It's not made to siphon through the air. The team of scientists did the best they could. Dino explained to them what needs to happen, but it's slow going. And you were standing there with your eyes closed, just doing the best you can, when you are slapped in the face. And you open your eyes and your mother's in front of you. And she just says, "I didn't raise a failure. Pick it up." And through gritted teeth, you do so. And your mom just starts screaming at scientists to do things. She doesn't understand what's going on, but she doesn't care.
Like, fix the flux
Yeah.
capacitor.
Yeah, she's yelling
Yes.
things that make no sense. And her sense of humor is very much like Siphon's. So even in this moment, she's cracking jokes.
That seems about right.
And I like to think we do the Avengers reference of, "Fix this, go over here, that guy's playing Galaga." And Siphon does it. Siphon pulls energy after energy from Amphimorph on ground level.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
We go back to the air. Tip,
Yeah.
roll and add
It's the
danger.
ultimate showdown.
Good guys, bad guys, and explosions, as far as I can see.
Oh god, my danger's really bad.
Did we send the wizard into the duel?
Yeah, we did.
Yes.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
say that, like, if she rolls really bad, that
We sent the shopkeeper into the duel.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. So, yeah.
Can we use the phone messages as
Okay.
team?
We'll see. Okay, I rolled a 10, but I have a -2, so that's an 8.
Okay.
Can we use the text messages as team?
I will allow it.
Yes. Okay, so that's 3. Unless
So-
Siphon didn't send a message.
We'll say only 2 because you
Yeah.
only need 2
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
and
I only
Siphon's
need
busy
2.
right now.
Yeah. I'm a little busy right now, folks.
But he starts swinging the broadsword at you. And did Tip bring a weapon?
I actually I have alien weaponry, which I think we had decided was her horn originally. So
I
like
want a very cool moment, and I want it to be a sword fight. So I
Yeah.
want you to pull a sword from your horn, please.
okay, cool. Yes. This is like the Scott Pilgrim thing.
No,
God,
it's
and the power of
it's the
Self-respect.
yeah, self-respect.
there's actually an anime where the girl pulls a sword from another girl, and that's what that made me think of.
It
Yes,
is
Tip-
110% a katana.
Yes.
And
And
you are
it's
standing
rainbow.
there in as good of a samurai pose as you can emulate from your anime.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yep.
Ninja Clan, here we stand.
And he comes in with the broadsword. And there's panel of him running, panel of you standing firm, a close-up of his face just enraged, and then the black screen with the 2 right crosses on it.
Yeah.
And we get the scene of him standing there with you in the background standing. Him standing there, or you standing there with him in the background. And then he falls to both knees. And down on his chest. And the duel is won.
Oh, jeez.
And the shopkeeper saved the planet.
One punch.
Yeah.
However, unfortunately, I'm about to make a historical joke, so if people don't get it, I apologize. We have a bit of a War of 1812 New Orleans situation where Siphon doesn't know that the duel has ended.
Yep.
Okay, I got that joke.
Siphon, roll an ad freak to see how much we're hurting these people.
Nope. That is
power.
an 8.
Hey, Tip,
Yeah.
would you text and tell them that you had won and that they can stop fighting people now?
Dance all good.
Well, so that's the thing. So he goes down, but I would assume all the ground forces would need to be notified, right?
They would, yes. Are you more
Uh,
interested in notifying your friends or notifying the ground forces?
I didn't know there
Process
was
of
like.
dying.
Oh.
Which you don't know are in the process of dying.
I mean, honestly, the thought I had was that if there was some form of like and maybe this isn't correct, but like an intercom system of something of just like stand down, your general's been defeated.
Tip says that. And you realize your dad's been at a computer this whole time.
Okay.
He had made it so this was being sent to the ground forces.
Okay.
And there's a scene of like one of the knocked out elephant ladies in the area. Like from their wrist comes this little hologram that's showing the fight and just shows Tip saying, "Stand down, your general has been defeated."
Okay.
Siphon sees this. Does she stop?
Can she stop?
As a GM, I will say she can if she so chooses. Or she could not and make it look like she had no choice.
She'll stop. While she's 15, she doesn't want to kill anyone yet.
And you stop, and it's a lot what you just did. So you just pass out, and your mother is there to catch you.
Aw.
And we're going to end the scenes there. There is going to be a quick finale scene for each person. So we are going to start with Dino. Dino. Mel and Sunny they're looking over a contract when you walk into the room. It's been about 2 or 3 weeks since the battle. You were injured.
Yeah.
But you have recovered. Still sore. Still ginger. You're not going on patrols. But you are walking about and fine. to do normal everyday stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Mel looks up and just says, "Hey, did you finish packing?"
Yeah.
Awesome. It's gonna be really nice to get that real estate. They're giving us a place by the beach. It's a little further away from you, but it's the only place that we could have the room to move in. You know, the grandmother and the father there.
There we
I really
go.
didn't
Yeah.
know that it was a 3-for-1 deal when I signed that adoption paper. I don't know how I missed the clause that if any other family came to the planet, that we would have to take care of them as well. And Sunny is laughing.
I think
because- Go ahead.
I think it's implied.
And Sunny's laughing and just being like, I feel like this is the first clause you've ever missed.
Oh
And
my
Mel does
God.
the little like playful elbow thing. And just like, all right. We're proud of you. And although we never doubted you, just want to know that whatever choices you make from here on out, we support you.
They hug their moms.
Yes, and the scene ends with the three of them hugging, and then the two siblings running in and being like, "Wait, what's going on? How are we missing this?" and joining in on the hug.
Oh, Precious is so good.
And we go to Tip, and Tip is giving Graham Dandelions the business. It's been about 2 weeks, so now is about the time in which you're going to talk to her about why she kept your father from you.
Where the cookie is.
It's my cookie. Yeah, the actual cookie.
And how does that confrontation, what does it sound like? We'll say we're in the middle of it, but what is it, how is Tip feeling about this? What is her emotions?
Tip's confused, but unlike how we saw her in battle, it's back to her goofy kindness of just
Mhm.
like, so which stories were true?
And Graham Dandelions doesn't make eye contact with you. It's a little weird. Just goes,
What
none
happened?
were true. But there's a reason I couldn't tell you. You see, parents had a bounty on their head. Basically from the day you were born. They didn't want to do this. I don't want to do this, but so they said no and sabotaged a ship. And that ship ended up going into a black hole. You got a ways to catch up if you want to be like your parents and causing trouble there, young lady. So I expect you to get on it as quick as you can.
Where's Mom?
Hiding. They weren't allowed to hide together because they felt like if one of them went down, the other one would need to come and take care of you. We've sent messages out to her, but we haven't heard back. She's alive, though. I know it. And
Where's Dad?
apparently, sorry, L. One of the siblings' names, please.
What?
I need one of the siblings' names because I forgot them.
They're Aaron and Abby.
Abby. We'll go with Abby. Apparently, Abby told him about ice cream, and they went out to go get it.
They get all the ice cream,
Yeah,
not just.
all the ice cream.
All 53 flavors.
If he likes ice cream, I've got a whole lot of other foods to show him too.
And I think we cut out there of that scene. Siphon,
Okay.
you are sitting on a park bench, and it's only showing your shoulders up, and next to you is your mom. And she's just like looking around at all the carnage, and there's just this, like, behind you there's smoke coming up from random places and rubble and everything, and she's like, you did good. I couldn't have caused this big of a mess.
Siphon slaps her.
She smiles. And
That was
she's-
payback, you know.
Yeah, I had that one
You
coming.
hit me, I hit you. This is how it works.
Yes. And she like spits a little bit after, like, takes it, spits, and then looks back at you and just goes, yep, fair is fair. And her voice kind of goes into a more serious voice. She goes, do you remember what I told you when you were a kid about why I do what I do?
Do I remember? Can I make this one up?
You did already give a reason.
Oh,
The reason that she does what she does is to make sure the heroes are ready when something happens.
oh, right, yeah.
But does Siphon remember is another question.
Yeah, Siphon would remember that.
Okay. Does Siphon say she remembers that or lie?
Yes, she remembers. She says she remembers and says it back to her.
I'm glad that whatever I did made sure you were ready.
Wow.
And the scene pulls out a little bit, and she's handcuffed because she's still a criminal, and she has to go back to jail.
Hmm.
And there's a couple police officers nearby, but they're letting you have this moment. And she's just like, so apparently stealing from places blown up is frowned upon in this society.
I don't understand why that would be. That seems absurd.
Yes. I'll get out. Don't worry, I always do.
Yeah.
We've got lawyer mom.
Take care of Medusa for me. I know her mom. She's a good kid. She means well, even though she's big. She's as big a dummy as I am.
I'll consider it. I'll take it under advisement.
She gives a smile and just goes, I expect nothing less. I'll be checking in on you. And she does, like, she tries to do finger guns, but she's handcuffed, so she's just like, it's like little ones.
Hmm.
And she gets up and walks over to the police. Do you say anything as she's walking away?
Stay hard.
Tell your mother you love her.
And she turns around and she's just like, yeah, you don't go soft on
Thanks.
me either.
Shake.
And she walks away. And the last scene is Spark. And you've just gotten out of a movie. And you were walking
Aw.
down a street holding Enrique's hand. And he's like, look, you are so amazing. And what you've done, I could be a hero for the next 100 years and not do what you've done. I think I really like spending time with you. But I gotta talk to you.
Okay.
My mom's sick. I gotta go home. She lives in Orlando, and I'm not gonna be able to go to the school anymore. I talked to Jem about it, and she said that I'm welcome back whenever I want to, but look, you deserve better than a long-term relationship, so do whatever you want while I'm gone. I'll come back, and we'll see where we are from there.
You're muted.
You're
are
muted.
Oh my gosh, that was so embarrassing because I'm sitting there, I squeaked so much. And you were like, oh yeah, you're on a date. And I was like, oh! I'm all excited. And I'm like sitting there lip quivering. Okay. Whew, she's gonna do that thing where she stands up on her tiptoes and she's gonna kiss his cheek and she's gonna say, I'll be here when you get back. I can wait. I waited this long.
And he looks down, and he does.
Suplex him. Establish dominance.
He does that smile, the smile that you absolutely love when he does, and kisses you on the lips, and just says, "I'll try and get back as quick as I can, but I gotta take care of my mom, okay?" Bailey, if you're talking, you're muted.
How do I keep muting myself? No, I'm not muted. I'm just not close.
Okay.
She's just gonna kind of, no, I understand. Family always comes first. That's not even a question. Focus on your mom. Take care of her. We have
Okay.
email. We have Facebook.
And he goes, "Okay, well, I'm gonna head home."
Okay, fly safe.
And he takes off. And you're standing there alone for a second. And there's a panel of you just standing there, processing. And then behind you there is a pair of eyes.
Oh no.
And then a toothy grin.
No.
And that's the end of our comic.
No.
Who's creeping on me? Nick! Who's
Nick?
creeping on me?
So, how did we enjoy Masks?
Nick? Who's creeping on me?
It was very good.
It's clearly the Cheshire Cat.
It is a very
Yeah.
Cheshire Cat grin.
This is
next villain.
next arc is going to be the, oh my god, we're in Wonderland.
No, because
There's no healing in Wonderland.
Oh, you know, I got the hat ready.
So we will be doing Masks again on Roll for Change. I can confirm that. I cannot confirm when, but next session that we do on December 15th, checking a calendar. Yeah, 15th. Will be Demigods, another Powered by the Apocalypse game. And it will be run by the game's creator, Jason Mills. So come hang out,
Very exciting.
and it'll be a fun
Playing
time.
in that one, aren't you?
I believe I am playing. The player list hasn't been fully set, but unless other people really are enthusiastic about jumping in, I definitely want to play. I know Bailey has expressed interest as well. And
Teens and demigods.
yeah,
Yeah.
Twitter is where you can go in order to find out all of that information, and it is at roll4change. I am going to one last time attempt to go around in alphabetical order, and everyone can say who they are, where they can be found, and anything else they would like to say with the platform. First in alphabetical order is Ash.
Hi, I'm Ash. You can find me at Lonely Ash Tree. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, Bailey.
Hi, I'm Bailey. You can find me at Ironic Adventures. You can also find me once a month on the SHU's Generation Justice Patreon game. You can also hear me in various projects on Control Alt Inc.'s podcasting network. And Nick, you can pry this from me from my cold, dead hands. You better bring me back for season 2.
And L is next in alphabetical order.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We
I
go.
did it.
I'm always last with the alphabetical. So that should be an easy marker there.
Mm-hmm.
Should be.
Hi, I'm Ellie. You can find me on Twitter at Occasional L. I am playing in Grant Ellis's Across the Actuality game every other Monday at 9 p.m. at twitch.tv/off_the-table. Not this Monday, but the next Monday. I'm doing other things sometimes. Check my Twitter.
And also Lynn.
What's
what's up? I'm Lynn Andrews. You can find me on the social medias at AdorkableDM. I do various things. Check my things for that. Or Instagram, or hey, if you're somehow listening to this instead of seeing it, go look at the video because I just finished this dope wizard hat that I knitted. So that's my
Yeah!
for today.
Maybe if
Yeah.
when the podcast version of this comes out, hint, hint, there might be a podcast version of this. I will try and put a picture of this wizard hat on the Roll for Change
Yes.
Twitter as well.
Mm-hmm.
It is
But I
good.
can-
It's the album art.
I'm so proud of this. Yeah. I don't know. Check out everyone's stuff on here. Everyone does so
Yeah.
much amazing stuff.
And
That's my plug.
I am Nick. I can be found at 2KNick on Twitter, which is TWOKNIKK, or Twaknick, if that's what you like. And
Sounds like a Russian
I'm-
toy.
I'm going to take a second just to thank all of the players. They were all very, very fantastic and made it very, very easy to GM. This was my first time GMing online, and I could not have asked for a better cast. To
Thank
do
you
so
for
with.
running
Seriously.
this game.
Yeah.
You are an amazing
Yeah.
GM.
Thank you for dealing with us.
These storylines are so beautiful, and you take things from me so wonderfully. It hurts.
I love so much of Dino becoming the strongest, most kick-ass, and then we have the Reformed who became the hero and
The reform who became a trash panda.
a trash
That also-
I will be drawing a picture of Siphon in the raccoon
There's
jammies.
so much goodness.
In the
Oh my
same comic
gosh.
book, we had that scene with Siphon and Siphon saving the world.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
find someone that can do both.
yeah.
Steals
Handle me
people.
at my trash panda. You don't deserve me at my heroine.
But that is going to be all. We
Oh.
will see you when we return. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.